What is going on, everybody? This is lPhuZioN and I am uploading a video for the first time in a fairly long time. I did actually have a surprise for you guys for this video, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out. Um, so more on that later. Gameplay I'm bringing you today is from Fallout 4, and I am calling this series the Fallout Logs, or FLOGs for short. Consists quite simply of myself logging my Fallout progress with you viewers. You're gonna have to give me the benefit of the doubt. I am very, very rusty at this whole commentary thing. Like I said, it's been a very long time since I uploaded a video. Probably about 3 years, maybe maybe 2. So there's probably gonna be a lot of stutters, a lot of ums. But if you just bear with me, I'm sure you'll enjoy the video. So one of the first things you probably noticed when I was starting this game up was I was level 7, so I'm not starting from the beginning.
How you doing, buddy?
I find cutscenes very, very
Hey, boy.
cliche, and I don't like watching them when I'm on YouTube, so for the time being I'm not subjecting anyone else to watching those. If you want to see them in the future, then let me know, and maybe I will go ahead and keep some of them in, but for the time being, they're just not going to be in here for, let's say, safety reasons. So I'm in this really, really terrible house. I got this game at the midnight release, so it was like 5 AM when I stopped off in here, and I just wanted a place to stay and start the recording because I knew I was going to record. So all these doors are inaccessible, so I'm going to go ahead and go out. So you've probably guessed by the title of this video, I will be de-raiding a brewery. I'm basically going to be keeping these videos to probably roughly anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes, or one encounter, like decent encounter. So this is what I class as a decent encounter, because it took me about 10 minutes to get through it. I gave myself a little bit of a leeway with having to do the intro and being a little bit rusty, so that's pretty much why this one hit 20 minutes. I'm gonna aim for about 15. It seems like the most optimal time. Obviously, if there's a later in the series, if there's a select quest that gets harder or more difficult, it could be in slightly longer in length. But for now, 15-20 minutes seems the right amount of time. So the goals for this series and the channel. Goals for the channel are simple: bring it back to life, more viewers, more subscribers, some more content to be published and whatnot. For the series, I want to, for the start, focus on this series and do a few videos a week, perhaps, if my timeline and schedule coordinates with me. If not, then I'll have to take it from there. So eventually, after I start getting a few videos out in the week with this series, I'm hoping to put up some different content from different games that I have. So things like Destiny, raid videos, just general random videos from strikes and whatnot. Probably raid and hard raid videos. Possibly, the exotic quest lines and whatnot. Things that people want to see. I got games like Rock Band, I got FIFA, it really, really does expand from there. I got lots of digital games that I could really record. So we'll have to really, really see where it goes. For now, Fallout 4 seems to be the way to go. I'm hoping this series can take off. And I think it will. I think it's going to be pretty good. Some of the other possibilities that come from this channel could be guests that I have with commentaries. Again, it follows with how comfortable I grow and how comfortable other said people get and want to be on these. I know for a fact I'm getting one person that's fairly comfortable, and he's already mentioned that they want to possibly do that. There may be another one who I know is starting up a channel right now, so he might be another possibility to get in there. Dual commentaries are fun. It adds a different element to the commentary. It's not quite as awkward as me sitting alone, speaking to a microphone and watching gameplay that I've already played. So, um, anyone that is a YouTuber out there will know how awkward that is.
How you doing,
So,
buddy?
let's dive into the game here. I'm finally in this little brewery.
Think you can find me some
I
fun?
got my little dog meat here, so I get him to scout some enemies
Doing
around.
something, buddy?
Um, One of the other things that I find very, very strange about YouTube, and usually regarding commentaries like this, not live commentaries, is that I've already seen this footage. I already played it, so there's no hidden enigma for me, like there is for anyone watching this that hasn't played the game or whatever, right, or hasn't been in this brewery. I mean, it's a very popular game by now. Most people have probably played this beginning part, right? But for anyone that hasn't, they don't know what's happening. They don't know what I'm gonna do. And even if you have played it, there's a sense of replayability in this game that really, really opens up how someone else would play this part. You know, some people would go in guns blazing or throw a bunch of grenades or do something hilarious like blow themselves up with a rocket launcher, right? I'm not. So, I mean, but it's kind of hard to commentate over stuff like this when I know what's going to happen because there's no sense of surprise. So, if I don't have anything to talk about, it becomes void noise. There's just nothing in that little vacuum sealed up noise hole, if you will. You can look up the science on that. I'm sure it's definitive. So I mean, in a sense, it's hard to keep these videos interesting, especially as I haven't been on for a long time in this channel. So I mean, as I said, being with the combination of being rusty, slurring my words, you know, maybe not being as comfortable as I was when I left off this channel, as well as, you know, getting lost in the gameplay and not having something to talk about is it's overwhelming. So I mean, I'm gonna try and have a couple of topics every now and then with some of the videos. That way it just takes away from some of that space instead of me just, you know, describing everything that you see, because at that point it just becomes described audio and you might as well just go watch TV and, you know, at, at that point, right? So I mean, who knows? We'll see where it goes. And I'm thinking dual commentaries is the way to go. For a good amount of the videos, it takes away the, like I said, it takes away the sense of me just talking to a headset and and TV in my room. Um, so, I mean, I've been comfortable with this before. Obviously, if anyone's seen my older videos, they know that, you know, I had topics to talk about, and I filled the time. You know, I had no problem doing a 20-minute video. I mean, when you start getting back into this, it just feels like, it feels so long. It's like, man, is this gonna end anytime soon? And you start to question yourself too. Like, do I talk too fast? Is that an appropriate topic? You know, will anyone find this interesting? So, so you get that sense of whininess that you get from, and just in the back of your head, and you wonder, you know, is anyone gonna like this gameplay? How many people are probably even gonna watch this? Should I be describing what I'm doing right now, or do you think people will find me annoying? If you find me annoying, go fuck yourself. Disclaimer at the top of the screen. So, there's gonna be a couple of things that people might find alarming about these videos. For the first few parts, at least, you won't run into this problem, but at least after the, I would say the third or fourth episode, you're gonna find that I don't quite start off sometimes where I left it, and that is intentional. I don't wanna, you know, yeah, I don't wanna just be continuing my gameplay right from the second that I left off. I want there to be some sort of mystery sometimes where, you know, I'm walking around in, you know, the sixth episode of this, and, you know, all of a sudden I've got this new gun, and everyone goes like, where the fuck did you get that from? You know? So it's it's certainly going to be interesting getting back into this, and I do have a good friend of mine to thank for getting back into this, because I've been meaning to do it for a long time. And he actually finally just started up his channel, and I'm gonna put some links up for this, so you guys can go check his videos out, because he's fresh starting into it, and yeah, he deserves some support, guys. It's hard getting into this and starting it. I'm getting back into it and I'm finding it difficult. So it's been a while since I've had that overwhelming feeling of starting this channel and having your first video up. So I can only imagine what he thinks about some of his videos, because I remember when I first started, I was like, whew, that was you know. So yeah, it's if he's watching this, I'm sure he's agreeing with me and smiling. But you guys should definitely go check him out. It's a very similar playstyle to me. He's very explorative when it comes to this game, just like I am. So I'm sure you guys will enjoy his content that he's gonna put out there. So um, some of the things that I want to do with interaction for fan base wise is have possibly questions that I'll have every week or every vlog. I shouldn't say a week, just in case I put more than one video in a week. So every video, maybe I'm gonna have a general question that people can answer, whether it be through the comments, through messages, through email, something like that. There'll be a way for you to answer that, and it will be best answer or this or that, or hopefully maybe even in future lead to a decision that I actually make in the game. That's it's one of the things that I wanted to do right at the beginning, but didn't quite have the viewer base for it and the reliability. Essentially, I wanted to do a fairly interactive version of Fallout 4. So maybe not every decision and every single dialogue, but like general decisions, like which quest should I go on next? Which gun style do you want me to play? Would you rather me equip a laser weapon or a machine gun? Would you want me to have a melee weapon, or do you want me to go strictly stealth? So there was a certain element of that I wanted to get into, and I still may. Who knows? It's essentially all up to you guys, and ultimately it comes down to the fan base that may grow. And fucking dog got stuck right in the elevator. I forgot about that part. I was probably killing myself laughing. That's probably why I'm spinning around. Weapon sense in this game. As you may have noticed from gameplay, I pick everything up. I become insanely over encumbered all the time. I play every Bethesda game, Elder Scrolls game, anything like that that's RPG based, where you have a carry capacity. I always am over encumbered because I pick everything up. I loot so many things. I'm so explorative, and half the time it's just junk. So yeah, you're gonna notice a few habits that I have that actually sometimes irritate me, but but it's so there you go, look, over encumbered, can't run. So it's the game is very interesting. I really love the game. I'm really happy with what they did with it. I've had a few different viewpoints from a few of my friends on the game. Some of them are saying that they think they could have done better, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I strictly agree with that statement. I agree. Maybe there are some aspects of the game that could have been slightly altered for the greater good, but I wouldn't go as far to say as they could have done a better job with the game in a general sense, because the game to me is fantastic. It's enjoyable to play. It's got a select amount of replayability. It's explorative. There's always different possibilities. There's so many different skills and characters you can make. And then it truly is just a time-consuming game, which is something that you want in a video game. You don't want to pick up this game on the 10th of November at midnight, and not be wanting to play it by the 15th because you've already done every single possibility of the game. You wanna have a sense of replayability, and that's in any game. It's not even just Fallout. I don't know what's going on here. I'm stuck with a gate and my dog's being silly. I'm doing this here. I remember actually doing this for
Hey boy.
the video purposes. I wanted to test to see what this is like. I've never actually found anything with the dog when I've put items or container. I've never found anything. I don't know if it's just I'm using it wrong, or if the dog's just stupid. I really don't know. Um, but yeah, I remember saying to myself, I'm gonna do check for items, because hopefully I'll get one. So I mean, there's obviously a lot to of ground to cover that I don't want to cover too much in the first video. Like I said, I'm insanely rusty at this, so I'm gonna have to really apologize to anyone that probably watches this video, because I'm probably stuttering. I'm probably pausing between every single sentence like I just did. Um, so I mean, it's gonna be really, really, really funny to watch this back and publish it onto YouTube, and probably watch it um, for the first time and go, ugh, should I really have uploaded it? Who knows? I got about 20 minutes gameplay to go through. It hasn't actually felt like it's been 16 minutes so far, which I guess is a good thing. It kind of feels like it's been dragging on for a long time. But that could just be the rustiness of it. It could just be the fact that most of the content I had prepared to talk about today wasn't really regarding too much of this game. It was really regarding me coming back into this routine and making these videos again. So I kind of lost for words after I covered all those ground. And you tend to rush these things because you think, oh, I'm not going to have enough time to cover all the ground. So you rush it and you rush it, and then, before you know it, you got, 15 minutes left in your video. It's like, oh man, I covered every single point. So I mean, and because it's hard, because you don't want to have empty voids. You don't. I just, you want to keep talking. You don't have to concentrate on listening to me. And you're not going to lose focus on the game, if you concentrate on one other, right? If you're focused on the game, you're still listening to me and you're still taking in what I'm saying. So it's not like you really have to focus. And yeah, it's quite weird, to be honest with you. It's quite freaky. You never know how it's gonna turn out. Like I'm running my audio right now, and I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, what if it doesn't come out properly? And I do this whole 20-minute segment, and there's just like 5 things wrong with it. Like it doesn't record properly, or something happens in the background. Like I moved my chair and it went crazy, or you just never know. So I mean, it's it's this raider's gonna die. I'm telling you right here. The raider who I lost. I couldn't find him. I was like, there's no one up here. And I remembered. I was like, oh, I guess I gotta go downstairs. So I mean, like I said, I'm hoping the content's gonna get a little bit more interesting as I go ahead. Um, I don't want it to be obviously boring. No one really does. But I also don't want to rush anything. I don't want to fill the void of talking for the sake of talking. So I mean, to be honest with you guys, I'm open for any tips, for whether you be new or just viewers, or if you're YouTubers yourself. Get some tips up going in here, because it's nice to get that sort of feedback, especially when you're coming back into it or just first starting. And I treat this as me starting it again. Like it's irrelevant that I have previous videos up from years ago. I'm new to this now, because it's such a different environment, YouTube now. It really is. I mean, when I started this whole project with my YouTube channel and capturing gameplay, it was it was all about the Call of Duty, and it was posting your high scores and your aggressive gameplay, or your quick sniping gameplay, and that's all anyone wanted to see on YouTube. They didn't want to see anything else. It really was. It was just about MW2 and COD 4 and sniping montages and whatnot. So I mean, it's really a different era when it comes to gaming on YouTube now. I mean, people are actually happy to sit there and just watch someone play a game with no commentary or no audio. A lot of the focus goes to live streaming now, or even just regular vlogging. It's like it's it's crazy. It's insane how much it's changed. It's it's gotten very professional, and it's gotten very enthusiastic is another word maybe for it. Um, if you go ahead and click the like button on this video, if you thought that monkey was a bomb, just like I did, because you can see me hiding right behind this table now, I'm like freaking out because I thought my dog was gonna die. And yeah, it turns out it's just a gimmick. I seriously thought it was a bomb when I was playing this the other day. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die right here. I was like, I just did this entire encounter and I'm gonna die. Which sucks. That would suck really badly. So I mean, I'm getting close to the end of this video. So I mean, really to wrap up what I've been talking about. Um, the series is going to be mainly Fallout for now. A few videos a week, perhaps. Gonna try and roll out some more content as I get more comfortable. Like the videos, subscribe to the videos. Give me tips or whatever. Be supportive or be negative. Sure, I don't care. So I mean, we're gonna pick up the next vlog's gonna be around about this. It's probably gonna be a decent continuation, like fairly close to the ending of this video. The episode after that may jump ahead just a little bit, not too much. I recorded a big chunk of gameplay, so I'm really stuck with that timeline. So yeah, I mean, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you will continue watching this series. I'm pretty excited to get it going, and yeah, that's my female character right there. Her name's Ellie. Thumbs up for anyone who gets that reference. So see you later.